Alright, yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamal, and this is 11 Tech. Let's get into it. Alright, so right off the bat, the Galaxy Book Pro 360 is a really good laptop, really enjoyable device. I enjoy it so much. The S Pen is a great addition to this laptop. I'm very glad that it comes with it. It makes so much sense for this laptop. But I will say the note-taking experience is it's not ideal, man. It's not the best out there, especially when you compare it to like an iPad or even just a Galaxy Tab. Like, it's just not that good of an experience. Even, the Galaxy Note series, the S22 Ultra, the Surface Duo 2, Surface Pro, out of all those devices, I would say the Galaxy Book Pro 360 is probably at the bottom when it comes to note taking and just penmanship, inking on the screen, on the device, using it as a drawing tablet, things like that. It's just not that good of an experience, and this probably applies to like most laptops that are 2-in-1, where you fold it back and have the keyboard underneath. In my opinion, personally, the form factor is just not very comfortable. You feel the keyboard at the bottom. Sometimes the keyboard might not, turn off, and you press a button by accident and it does something. And even just the aspect ratio of the device is kind of long and narrow, and it might not feel that good to draw. Holding the keyboard on the back, you can kind of feel it move as you're holding it and stuff like that. So it's best on a flat surface, but even then you can still feel it moving in between the keyboard and the screen, and it's not super sturdy. So the drawing experience is not that good. Like, it is, in terms of on the technical side of things, it is pretty good. The latency is pretty low. It's very fast and smooth. You don't notice any like lagging behind and stuff like that when you're drawing lines. The lines draw pretty straight as well. I'm not an artist, so just from my perspective. But yeah, the drawing experience from the technical side of things is very good. But in the practical side of things, actually using it, for me, it's not that good. So yeah, to go along with that, the form factor, it's also not a great tablet experience. Like, when you turn it to the side, even on the Surface Pro 8, you turn them to the side, the aspect ratio is kind of weird and long and narrow. So then Windows kind of like, everything looks tiny when you turn it like that. And then Windows is also just not as good for like using your device as a tablet. I will say that Windows 11 has gotten so much better than previous versions. So it can be a decent tablet experience depending on what you're doing. Like, watching videos and stuff is fine, but you're definitely not playing games. You're definitely not typing on your computer when it's like that with the touchscreen. And it's okay. It's not that good of a tablet experience. Don't expect to be just walking around with your Galaxy Book Pro 360 folded back, using it as a tablet. It's really heavy compared to most tablets because it is a full computer, it's a full laptop. And then another thing that kind of gets in the way of really enjoying it is the Samsung software. Although I really enjoy Samsung software, I enjoy the gallery, I enjoy Samsung Notes, I enjoy the S Pen software, the Quick Share, all those different things that Samsung offers. But sometimes those softwares can get in the way of using the device. Like, when you're trying to use a Samsung software, it kind of, because it's on Windows, it kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like when you start an app in Windows, and like like the screen dims or whatever, and then it kind of like loads. Like, there's like a 1 to 2 second pause, and it kind of changes the way the screen looks for like that duration of load time. So it can kind of be annoying when you're trying to use something really quickly. So I press the button on the S Pen, and then there's like a delay, and then there's like an animation, and it kind of interrupts what's going on the screen, and then the S Pen menu comes down. It's like the Windows is starting the software. Like, it's kind of like a command to start the software, as opposed to like when you're using it on the phone, like it just shows up in a smooth animation. It's just part of the software on the phone. But for this, it's a program that Windows is running on the side, if that makes sense. So yeah, Samsung software is really cool, and there's a lot of use for it, but sometimes it can get in the way, and it can even cause performance issues where it's just taking up resources in the back for no reason. So yeah. And then the last thing that I don't like about this device, the last thing that kind of gets in the way of using it more often, is the lack of ports. So yeah, it only has 3 USB-C ports, which is actually pretty decent compared to a lot of other devices that are similar form factor. And it also has a micro SD slot, but I would have liked to see at least like 1 USB-A port, and HDMI port would be really nice. Even just one more USB-C port would be, so the ports are not my favorite thing. Also, to add on to that, one thing that I just remembered is that you cannot upgrade the RAM or the SSD. That's always going to be something that I don't like with a laptop. I feel like you should have the freedom to upgrade your storage as you need. I think that, a lot of these laptop selling companies, they overcharge for SSDs, for storage space, and for RAM. And yeah, so allow us to upgrade our storage. On the 15-inch model, you can do that, but on the 13-inch that I had, you cannot do that. So, and I really like small form factors. So the fact that they took away that customization option or they didn't give us that customization option is something that I don't like. So now let's talk about the advantages of using this device. It's a very expensive device. You can definitely buy a decent laptop, maybe even a gaming laptop for the price of one of these computers that Samsung is selling. But the things that make it special are its size, its form factor, its touchscreen, the S Pen, and even the performance for what you get in this small, thin, light form factor. The size and portability I mentioned earlier is just so amazing. Like, it's a really small device. It doesn't take up that much space. Like, it's barely thicker than the iPad, and even barely thicker than a lot of smartphones. It might be even slimmer than some smartphones. And yeah, it just takes up such small real estate in your bag that it's so nice to carry around. The battery life is really good as well, and the keyboard experience is nice. Top-notch keyboard experience. Trackpad feels good and comfortable. The fingerprint sensor is good. There's no issues with the form factor in terms of like build quality and how it feels to use and stuff like that, except for when you're using it in tablet mode. Then you're gonna experience a little bit of issues. The fact that the S Pen is included is super nice. I really enjoy that. I think that a lot of companies should follow that. Give the pen in the box with the device. That will definitely help the experience. That will motivate people to buy it more often. And I mentioned the performance, but the performance is really good for what it is. You don't expect to go crazy with the games. Like, you're not gonna be able to play a lot of games at max graphics, but you can definitely play almost all of the games that you would want to play. You can definitely play a lot of games at medium to low graphics. You can play League of Legends at high graphics. You can play Fortnite, Valorant at like medium. You can play a lot of games considering its form factor and its small size. You're not going to really be missing out on too much unless you're a hardcore gamer. Then go for a gaming laptop, because yeah, you already know what you're getting with this. But the fact that it has Thunderbolt 4, it means that you can connect the eGPU, which is an external GPU that allows you to play top-notch games on this small form factor, and you can disconnect it, take it, put it in your bag, and go about your business. So it's a very flexible device. And yeah, the touchscreen is just a really nice touchscreen as well. It looks really good, and the experience using it, very responsive, very fast, very smooth. No issues with it in that regard. So yeah, this is overall a really nice device, and I would recommend it to somebody to buy if they really wanted a small, portable, all-in-one laptop. I think this is a really good option. But the Galaxy Book Pro 2 360 is just around the corner, so probably wait for that. Or yeah, wait for that, buy that, or wait for this to go cheaper secondhand or on discounts. So yeah, really good laptop, and I enjoy it. And yeah, that's basically the video. So thank you for watching this video. If you watched it this far, then you're a real one, and I appreciate you. And yeah, until next time, we out. Peace.